Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Ryan here. I'm just going to walk you through some beginner tips to learn how to play the guitar pretty much and get better pretty quick. So first of all, this is a guitar, if you were confused at all about that. I'll just sort of tell you about the parts of the guitar, just if you weren't sure. So first off, the guitar is basically comprised of like three areas. So you've got the body, the neck, and the headstock. And obviously, as you can see, the strings go out throughout each of the three parts. It starts from the bridge, basically. The bridge is just where the strings come from and where they sit. And this is a floating bridge, so the strings actually cause the bridge to float and suspend the bridge. We'll get into that a little later. Then you got the pickups. The pickups actually, on electric guitar at least, they actually pick up the sound. So without the pickups, you'd just be hearing just that, pretty much. And this is the tone and volume knob and three-way switch, or five-way switch, sorry. Some guitars have a three-way switch, etc. That just switches between the pickups, so it's not really that vital to know. And then you've got the fretboard and the neck. So the fretboard is the actual place where you put your fingers, essentially. The frets are actually the metal bits. A lot of people don't know that, especially people that don't play the guitar. And as you can see, there are markings on the fretboard. They're just inlays or fret markers or whatever you want to call them. And then we've got the nut, which is basically the place where the last sort of note can be hit. So that would be, if I was just to hit the string like that, that would be like the open. That's just open strings. And then we've got the headstock, which has the machine heads. Some people call them other things, so I just call them machine heads. And that's just where the strings are wound up. And yeah, so that's all the parts of the guitar. Now I'll walk through some stuff on how to play it pretty decently. Now first off, if you're brand new to the guitar, you might want to know how to hold it, how to hold a pick, that sort of stuff. Basically, the way I was just sort of taught, just get comfortable with your hand placement around the neck, especially. Some people like to play with their thumb over the neck a bit. Some people, like myself, I often play with my thumb behind the fretboard, behind the neck I should say. And yeah, so just find where it's most comfortable for you. And what you want to really do is mainly place your fingers so that the tips of them are actually touching the strings. You don't want to do it like that as much as possible. Try and get the tips on them, and it will hurt, especially if you're new, especially on the higher, the thinner strings. Yeah, it's going to hurt for a little while, but once you push through it, you're going to be fine. Smooth sailing. Get calluses on your fingers, you'll be sweet. I'm just going to run through a quick little exercise that I was always taught how to warm up and basically just get the fingers moving in the right ways. So what you want to do is just sort of do a 1, 2, 3, 4 motion. So frets here is the first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, and fingers is 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a bit awkward, but anyway, so what you want to do is sort of just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and just do that until you're getting comfortable. And try and keep those fingers as much as you can, the tips of them pressing down on the strings. And just do that at whatever pace is comfortable for you. It might be really slow to start, which is fine. You know, everyone's got to go through the motions. And that sort of thing. If you can't get the picking down, which I'll show you in a sec, then just do the fingering until your fingers sort of adjust to it. And you can do it on different strings, different frets, all that sort of stuff. Now with the pick, the way a lot of people hold it differently. The way I hold it is sort of like a okay sort of position with your hands, basically. So I try and keep, this is quite a sharp tip pick. Your picks might be quite rounded, or there's heaps of different types of picks out there. If you don't use a pick, that's fine. Just yeah, use your fingers picking, you know, softly picking is going to give a softer sound, and harder picking is going to give you a harsher sound. So depending on what the song is or whatever, just pick as hard or soft as you like. And so with the pick, the OK motion, start with that. Probably just get a little bit of the tip there, so that you can not, pick with your fingers, and otherwise, you're going to graze your fingers off, and it's not going to be great. So basically, just up, down, up, basically is what you want to do. So. A lot of people pick differently. Some people pick with their arms, some people pick with their wrist. I generally pick with my wrist. Sometimes, depending on how fast I'm picking, I might do a bit of a combination, or that's not really important. Just find as the position and the style as comfortable as you can get it, and go from there pretty much. So, you might be hearing me saying stuff about comfort a lot. And it is pretty important to be as comfortable as possible when learning and playing the guitar. When we've got that 1, 2, 3, 4 motion down, and once our fingers are sort of softening up and getting a bit sore, then that's when we know we've got it good. So what we're going to do is a little finger exercise. It's a good warm-up as well, and we're going to be going down each of the strings. So from the 6th string, which is the thickest string, this one here, also known as the E. I'm tuned to E flat, but don't worry about that. So it's not meant to sound pretty anyway until we get we get past this early stage at least. And so from 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. And so we're just going to be doing that same 1, 2, 3, 4 motion, except this time, instead of just staying on the one string, we go down each string sequentially. So remember to keep that down, up picking motion as well. And so that's basically the finger exercise, and so you can just keep doing that over and over. And if you want to get better as fast as possible, if you make a mistake, just start again, go from the top until you get it perfect, and then just keep going over and over from there. Because if you're practicing half-assed, then you're only going to get half as far as you can. What I like to do as a warm-up, this is a step further from what I just showed you, is basically do exactly that, and then when you get to the 4th fret of the 1st string, you're going to come up. So from then we're going to go backwards, so 4, 3, 2, 1 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. So that whole finger exercise and that whole warm-up would be just like this, pretty much. And that's basically just a great way to warm up your fingers and get your rhythms working, get your fingers happening, get your picking right. And yeah, it's pretty much the overall perfect beginner routine on how to get good at guitar. The last thing I want to show you guys today is just basically, once you get that sort of down perfect, you can start moving throughout the frets. And so what I like to do is, start on the 1st to the 4th, down and then up, and then once you get to the top on the 1st fret of the 6th string, then you're going to move up 1 fret to the 2nd, so it would be 2nd to 5th. So it's basically just like this. You want to just keep going until you get as far as you can. Probably stop at about the 12th fret, which is the middle. You should see 2 dots above where the 12th fret is. That's how you know, or you can count whichever's easiest. And then yeah, once you get to about the 12th, you can probably just stop and start again, because after that, as you notice, the frets get smaller and smaller as they go along. So just go for as much as possible until you think you're at your prime, and then yeah, you should be pretty good to go. That's pretty much it for today. Just thought I'd let you guys know how I sort of warm up, and how I learnt basically from the beginning to where I am now. And if you want to see some more of my stuff, just click on my channel down the bottom there, hit subscribe if you want, I don't really mind. But yeah, and check out some of my stuff, and I'll greatly appreciate it. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you later.